What was the focus of practice today as you guys get set for, to continue the homestand tomorrow?
Yeah, I think what our focus was today was just tightening back up on the details of things, understanding our defense of what we're going to need to do against a team like Detroit. Some similarities to Houston, but our ability to guard one-on-one, rebounding, protecting the paint versus these guys, that's got to be key for us. And then offensively, just continuing to play with pace against physicality, making sure we're taking care of the basketball, and just on-time, on-target passes, things like that, just our fundamentals in the game.
When you look back at the film from that third quarter and you see the turnovers that Jalen had, you talk with him about that, and what do you think you and him learned from that just tough stretch in that game?
I think, him coming back, after injury and not being with the rhythm with the guys, I think plays a part in that. And so what we talk about is just, the spacing of the floor, what needs to change in that regard, what he sees as a point guard out there. And then again, part of it is just, we've got to continue to reshape the floor to give guys space so they're not turning the ball over because of that. So that's a lot of what we worked on today.
That was the 10th game where you guys have had a double-digit lead and you're going to lose it. Just what makes it so difficult about playing with the lead, and why do you think your team has struggled with that?
I think, part of the league is that no lead is safe. And I think us continuing to play the right way, throughout the game is always going to be important. The basketball is a game of runs. The three-point shot allows teams to get in the game, and I think that's a big portion of it. So our ability just to stay consistent throughout the game and do what works, continue to stay with what works throughout the game is going to be very important for us moving forward.
When you look back at that game, obviously the third quarter was kind of the turning point in the game. But what did you like in what you saw from the first half or the first 2.5 quarters of that game, and how do you kind of bring that part of the team out more?
Yeah, I think to BD's point, I think what we have to do is just stay consistent in what we've done to get to that point, to get to that lead. And what we saw in that first half was quick decisions offensively, attacking the basket, getting downhill, getting some early easy baskets. We stuck to the right game plan. I think holding them to 1 for 11 in that first half from 3 was a key to it. And so I think our ability to do that and stay with the game plan throughout the game is very important for us.
Jase, Noah got some run last night at Kia Center with Osceola. What did you see from that, and how helpful is that for them?
Well, they talked about it this morning. We sat down a little bit and talked about the game last night, and just their ability to see how physical the game is down there, how much faster the game is down there, and they were sped up. But I thought they did a great job of adjusting to that game as soon as they showed up. So I was proud that they got to get some run, but they also understood exactly what that game is like down there, so that can transfer to when they get the minutes here.
We've seen in the past, as you get towards the end of the regular season and into the playoffs, rotations tighten. Is that something you could see Jason Noah doing, spending more time with Osceola on assignment?
Yeah, that's going to go day to day, depending on where they are, on the travel schedule and where we are. I think we'll just continue to have lines of communication, with KT and his group and Dylan and that group. So we'll just continue to talk and see exactly what works out best, because we continue to need bodies as well as we work to get healthy.
How have they obviously they've been kind of in and out of the rotation all year, but how have they taken to kind of learning from the bench and watching and observing as you guys go through this playoff chase or through the season?
You see Jase goes down there, has a very good game. Noah goes down there, contributes as well. And so they're learning from what they see up here, whether they're playing or not playing, watching film with their coaches, understanding how they can contribute no matter what, every time they step on the floor, what they need to continue to do. And that sometimes when you sit and observe from the sideline, that is a big-time teacher and a big-time way to learn exactly what happens within the game.
You've got to see the Orlando Food and Wine Festival grow year over year. The type of impact that money raised can have on the Central Florida community and the way that event has grown. How have you seen that, and what that can mean to the community here?
It means so much to the community, and our ability to be able to give back to help the Youth Foundation, to help the community in Orlando, I think is just huge for us. And the money that's raised, goes to great causes, and I think that's the point of it, to be able to help those that aren't as privileged, as fortunate, to be able to get off on the right foot. And I think it's so important for us to continue to do it, to give back and take care of the community as much as we possibly can.
Cade has kind of established himself as an MVP candidate. The Pistons are top of the East. Is tomorrow an opportunity for you guys to make a statement all against Detroit?
Yeah, I think we keep talking about the one game at a time, and this is it's a big game for us to be able to understand exactly where we stand in a lot of ways with guys. But again, we want to make sure we continue to focus on the things that we can control and play our style of basketball, for 48 minutes. Thank you all.
Yeah. What was the experience like yesterday, and how good was it to get some run with the Osceola group?
Super fun in my opinion. Getting to play at Kia, it was super fun experience. The guys were really welcoming, coaches really welcoming, and just for me, trying to get as many reps as I can, whether that's in the G League or in the NBA. So really grateful for it.
You and Noah played 31 minutes. What did you get out of that experience last night? I know it's different in the G League, but what was that run like?
Just meaningful reps, honestly. For me, playing the point guard down there, I felt like that was pretty meaningful to me. Just building up those reps at that position. So just trying to contribute as much as I could.
What were those conversations like leading into that game? I know you said it was played at Kia. Usually they play down in Kissimmee, or in Osceola Heritage Park. What were those conversations like for you to play in that game?
I was asking just, get some reps, because I think for me, just staying on top of, getting consistent reps, whether that's playing down in the G or playing in the league, just getting as many consistent reps as I can. And then, talking to the G League staff the other day, just making sure I'm making an impact on this team. They're having a really great season this year. So, try to help in any way I could.
What have you learned? What have you learned just kind of, being able to sit and watch some of this team, especially during this playoff chase after the All-Star break?
This team is really talented. We're a really talented group. I think we just really got to piece in a couple things. Towards the end of that Houston game, I felt like we really lost the game. It was our fault, honestly. We just weren't doing the stuff that we were supposed to. Got a little selfish towards the end, in my opinion, just watching from the bench. But I think if we do this as a unit and as a group, we can win these last couple games down the stretch.
What have you learned about Javon Carter since he's joined the team?
His leadership. I think for him is mostly being a vet. I think that's the biggest thing for him. He's going to tell us when we're wrong, and we need somebody like that in our locker room. So since he's been here, he's voiced his opinion, and he's making himself heard, and everybody's taking the feedback and taking it and applying it.
Obviously, you want to be playing like everyone wants to play, but when you look at the long game, how valuable has this rookie season been so far? Obviously, there's still a quarter of it left to go, but how valuable has it been to get some playing time, here and there, but learn a lot from the sideline?
It's been super valuable. I felt like I've been getting a lot of mental reps, just watching certain guys in the league and then watching my team play. Just a lot of mental reps in that aspect. Got some physical reps, playing in certain games here and there. And that's why I found the G League yesterday to be so valuable, is to get more of those reps, more playing reps. But other than that, I feel like it's been a super great rookie experience so far. I've learned a lot. I've had some ups and downs, but I've enjoyed it so far.
Obviously your dad played in the NBA. You kind of around the league a little bit, but what's the biggest thing you've learned about life in the NBA so far?
Just the time management. The traveling between that, the back-to-backs, all that, just managing your time, knowing when to get in the gym, get that extra work, when you just maybe need a chill day, watch more film, more mental day, so just managing my time.
Jase, if I'm not mistaken, a few of the guys came and saw you play yesterday. What does it mean that people with the organization and stuff coming out to see you play?
Super special. I think when it came out, they were asking like where you guys play. I said we play at Kia. They're like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna be there. So to see Goga, to see Jalen, see AB being there, super special.
The focus for you guys in practice today, what were some of the things that you guys were working on to get ready for the rest of this homestand?
Executing the plays the right way, cleaning up the defense a little bit more, and just communicating and playing together. That's about it.
What was your takeaway as you reviewed the film from the other night against Houston?
We had it until the third quarter, so limited mistakes, focus all the way through the game. I feel like it was preventable, and now we know what not to do. So
Detroit's a pretty physical team. You guys have faced them twice. You've split the first two games. First time they're coming here. What are the challenges tomorrow?
I think we match up really well against them, honestly. It's always been a dogfight in the past, so I think if we just go out and play our game, play together, play the right way, we should have a good chance of winning.
You've been getting minutes since the All-Star break. What has been your focus, and then what are you trying to do to kind of stay in the rotation as we get closer to the All-Star, closer to the end of the season?
Honestly, just try to help impact winning. No matter if that's playing hard, defense, shot making, regardless, just playing hard, playing team basketball and trying to get the win. That's the most important thing.
What have you made of the spacing issues in the half-court offense, and how do you guys try and fix those?
In terms of what?
Just like where the ball should go and where you guys are standing. And
I mean, it's a lot of talent, you know? So everyone's talented. I think we're probably, in my opinion, we're the talented team, most talented team in the East. So it's just like a matter of just using it, you know? So a lot of guys kind of get stuck in overanalyzing certain things, like me included. So that kind of happens when you have so much talent and, you know, you're trying to all make it mesh together. So I think we're doing a good job of figuring out. Like today we worked on that, like I said. So, you know, as these next games progress, I think we'll show it. Yeah.
How crucial was it to get Jalen back the other night? Obviously a limited sample size, but to have his energy and defensive on the court, how big was that for you guys?
It was super crucial. Like Jay gets us in the right spots. He makes the right plays. Great team leader. So if we can get damn near all-star back, you know, it's good. It's good for the team.
Jase and Noah got to go play with Osceola last night.
It doesn't count. They went to Kia Center. They didn't go to Heritage Park.
Yeah, you went to Heritage.
I drove 45
That's right.
every day. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. They played good. They played great. They did exactly what, you know, we needed them to do. Especially, you know, both of them. I'm not about to say especially nobody. Both of them, they played good team basketball. I think Jase had like 9 assists or something like that. So, like, that's the most important thing about going down there. Not to ramble, but like playing the right way, because you can kind of get caught up in the rat race. Just, you know, because it's so fast paced. So like what I saw was like he scored 22, got everybody involved. Noah was playing the right way, rebounding, playing hard. So like that's, you know, the most important thing. Yeah, I just told him to play hard. I didn't. That wasn't what I told him. Wasn't the reason they did that, but like they did a really good job. Yeah.
You've played down there, as you just joked. Just what did that do for you when you got that time with them? And could you see it, feel it, like keep you in a rhythm and a groove on the court?
Yeah, for sure. Like Coach Dill is amazing. He really helped me out my rookie year. And just playing with, I had like Trevlin Queen, I had Mac McClung, me Aoni, I had some dudes down there. So DJ Wilson, so like those guys really helped like grow because they were NBA players. So yeah, like it really helped. It really helped me, you know, get in the rhythm, play meaningful minutes as a rookie, kind of understand both sides of the ball better. So it really helped my development. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thank you.